Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Chat Havers. Let's make a conversation. With us tonight, Hey Kip, in the motherfucking building.
What's up?
Yo! And I want to say up top, the mic was unmuted because I wanted you to see what it was like before the show started. Like, you know, on SNL where they cut and you're like, oh, this is what they're doing between the show. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't really watch SNL.
Have you ever watched it though? I don't want to see. Okay, but now it seems like I'm like.
I've seen an entire full episode of SNL.
Really?
Crazy.
Damn.
I've seen like highlights that people will like show me.
You've seen
on
clips
YouTube.
online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never sat down, watched a full
live app. Well,
no. And it's kind of like Star Wars. I've never seen like the first.
All the way through, really?
No.
Interested or not interested in seeing them?
I think it's too late. I think it's too late for me.
Like, what are you gonna? It feels like I watched Titanic for the first time recently.
That's cool.
I've never had seen it. It was sort of a point of like, for whatever reason, I was just like, I'll never see it. And I watched it and I really liked it, but I was like, oh, I've seen every moment of this movie referenced 1,000 times that actually watching this kind of feels like nothing, you know? Yeah. I'm seeing
That's true. That is interesting.
Pay me like one of your French girls. I mean, I can see the end of the world or whatever the fuck he says, you know? I mean, you see it. You see it in Animaniacs, you see it in Freakazoid, it's all there. Yeah. But thank you for being here.
Yeah.
I mean, welcome everybody. If you've never watched the show, this is Chat Havers. It's a call-in show where we have conversations. Our topic tonight is staying cool in the summer.
Oh God, and it's hard to do out there right now.
I mean, if you're out anywhere in the really in the U.S., it's hot as shit right now. Yeah. You got any tips?
Yeah. Well, this is maybe a little graphic. I would definitely recommend wearing sunscreen. I got really burnt on my arm. And now it's blistering.
Really?
You want to see it?
Yes, I really do. I would love to see it.
It's pretty intense. I know you'll see. It's just red. Well, I have some here.
Wow.
But then look at this. Look at that.
That's really bad.
This is really fucked up. So this is just
how old is it?
I got this sunburn maybe like 5 days ago.
Jesus Christ.
And I was sitting in such a way where the sun was like, I was in the shade, but the sun just cut me off right here. So the sun was just like in this little spot on my arm.
Were you at the beach?
No.
You're just out and about.
I was just out at a little bakery with my mom.
That's so fucked up.
It feels hot to touch.
I know. That's what's weird when you get a sunburn. You're like, oh, this is a burn. Like it feels very hot to the touch. I never wear sunblock except when I'm at the beach, which I know is bad, especially being in Southern California, because like everyone I know who grew up out here who's like old fully just like has the sun cancer spots on their head that they have to take care of, you know?
It's rough.
It's real.
You gotta wear the sunscreen, folks, okay? Even like the ones that everyone says are like not the best ones, just do it anyway.
Just do it. Throw it on. Get that SPF on your body.
It's true. Also, hi, Ashley. That's my good dear friend.
Ashley, welcome.
Yeah. She wears sunscreen, I think. Do you?
Do you, Ashley?
I think
Are you a
does.
sunscreen head?
Yeah.
We should all be wearing it.
Yeah.
If it's the sun is shining, you should be wearing sunscreen.
Well, even if you're like going out in a car, you should be wearing sunscreen, especially now. Yeah.
Yes.
What is sunscreen? Okay, so here's kind of also a slight tangent. That's my friend Dan.
Yeah.
And he just hates wearing sunscreen.
Really?
And he was visiting, we were hanging out in San Diego one time, and we were at the beach. And that's the place where you wear sunscreen, and he didn't. And this is going to be a long lag, but Dan, do you want to say what happened to you? What happened to you when I told you 10 times to wear sunscreen in San Diego? You can pretty much figure out what happened.
He got owned.
Yeah, he got absolutely pwnaged. Big
No, he does not want to say. He got owned by the sun.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
I one time I went to Florida with like a friend's parents when I was in middle school, and like, you know, I got invited on the family vacation, and I was very convinced as a kid because I have a little bit of like olive skin, a little bit like. A hair. I'm not a pale Irishman, but I'm Jewish, so I'm like a little close.
Sure.
And I was like, I don't need sunscreen because like I just like can absorb sun well. And I got so badly burned that I couldn't go outside the rest of the trip. And his parents were mad at me, and I was like, it was the first time they were mad. They were like not having it, and I was like, it was like a real moment where I was like, I think I'm an adult now because I made adults mad at me in a way where they're not just like, you're a kid, we have to be nice to you.
And I'm sure they were probably pissed too because like I'm sure then like if it's your friend's parents, then your parents are probably going to get mad.
Exactly. Like it was a whole realm of like it was bad. It was bad. And then I couldn't enjoy beautiful Boca Raton or wherever the fuck we were.
God, man.
Yes, there's a cat here. This is Kirby.
Oh my God.
Are you chill with cats?
I love cats.
Incredible.
Oh my God, this is also a beautiful cat.
Thank you so much. He will maybe jump into your lap too.
I'll let it happen.
He's curious as hell.
Yeah.
He fits the bill. That's cool. Thank you for the follow, Twerking for Jesus. Incredible name, incredible follower.
That's cool. Slightly, well, sort of on topic with parents. I don't know how y'all were with parents growing up, but I was petrified of authority figures. Just all parents. Like, even because my parents were like immigrants. They were very like traditional, conservative, like respect your elders. Like, right. Never said children are to be seen, not heard. But that's basically what you felt.
Yeah.
But now that I'm older, I'm like, I know my friends' parents kind of like I'll go out and they'll also be there and we'll like hang out as adults and it freaks me out. I don't know.
I totally feel what you're saying. I will admit to you, I kind of had parents' riz growing up. Like I
wish I had that. That's very lucky of you.
It was like sometimes the parents liked me more than the kid. You know what I mean? Which is also its own version of hell where it's like, where's Luke? It's like, well, me and the kid do not get along that well. But the parents are like, he's so blah. Because I was just like, wouldn't shut the fuck up as a kid, you know? I found that works less with parents as an adult. They're sort of like, why are you talking so much, other adult? You know? Yeah.
Because there's not that childlike wonder that you kind of get an excuse for being like a little more energetic and silly, and then you do that as an adult. And that's bullshit. You should be able to just like go around and like those TikToks of just that guy like interviews kids. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Just like the way the kids just like stand up mid-conversation and start spinning around. And everyone thinks it's so funny. I'm like, why can't
adults do that? I want to do that.
Yeah. Like I do it. Yeah. See?
Completely stim out and act crazy. I do a thing all the time where I'd make like, this is insane. I've never said this on stream. I'll make like mech noises to myself. That's like cool. If I'm alone, I'm moving around, I'm making mech noises. I'm shooting lasers. You know, I mean, we're having a lot of fun with it. I'm literally embarrassed to do it. Oh my God.
Where do you think the embarrassment comes from? How was, like, when you were a child, did you try to do that and people made fun of you or not really?
I think that.
Tell us about your childhood.
Yeah, let me tell you about,
how was someone?
You know what it was? I had a big moment when I got to high school and I realized I changed. I was like star of school until middle school, like went to the same school the whole time, class president. And then I went to all boys prep school and they were not having my bullshit, you know? And then I went, I can't make mech noises anymore, you know? Yeah. All boys school, man. That's a powerful level. That's bullying. It's like nobody was like pushing me into a locker, but it was like the like energy of that place was so like, you better fucking act like a good big boy.
From like the teachers and that like
honestly everyone. Dude, I had a thing happen. So I did plays in high school and I was kind of a fuck up student. And I noticed as soon as I started doing the plays and I had something I was like good at and like succeeded at, the teachers were nicer to me. Like they kind of didn't like me before. And then they were like, oh, well, he's fine because he's like got his thing. Yeah. You know, it's a very like crazy environment like that.
Yeah. You set their expectations that you're going to be the silly boy. And they let it go.
And then they kind of, you know, I had an outlet for my silliness.
Well, because it's like a sitcom there, right? It's like you have your different roles, there's different characters, and people stay in their characters like once they find it. If you started becoming like A+ student, they'd probably get mad at you because they'd be like,
they'd be like, that's not your thing. Literally, I think they were like, no, like I had teachers be like, you can just do the play, it's fine. Like you don't have to worry about this as much. And I was like, totally, I'm not really good at this shit.
That's cool. Did you get good grades for the most part, like when you're younger? Or?
I was like you know what it was? I went until school got hard, I got A's, and then it got hard in high school, and then I was like a BC student. I was like, I can't actually like do this homework. Like I have to play more video games and like go on my phone. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like bare minimum, but not even bare minimum. It's like good bare minimum. You know what I mean? It's like not getting all C's because that would be, you know, your parents, well, at least my parents would get pissed at me, but it was like enough where I'd get like, maybe if I had 5 classes, it would be like 3 B's, 1 A, and 1 C.
I was about the same. Like I'd get an A in English because it was the only one I did the homework. B's on everything else, and then just C sometimes in math. You know what I mean? Couldn't really hold it up.
I was the opposite. I was C in English, A in math, and then B with everything
really?
else. Yeah.
Good math student. Wow.
Yeah, I was almost a math major. Well, I guess I technically was. And then I went, why the fuck am I doing this?
What the fuck are you going to do with that? Yeah. Actually, that's one of the few degrees that I was an English major. I'm using that 0% of the time. Yeah. Math you might actually use.
Well, English I think you use because, I mean, you're talking right now. You're making a
You're
story.
so right.
You're making
That's
a story.
true.
Right
and
now.
is this not? Isn't this just an English degree gone wrong? You know what I mean?
I think gone right.
Gone right.
I think gone right. Especially with those noises and stuff. Like, it's sort of with writing. You
like
don't
the mech noises.
You don't tell them. You show them.
I show them I'm a big, beautiful mech
sounds.
with my beautiful lasers and my sword arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Where did you fit in high school? I mean, what was your clique?
Well, mine was interesting because my freshman year, in middle school, I was hanging out with a lot of like cool burnout druggies.
Sure.
Like in middle school.
Yeah,
So I had friends who were like doing Molly and smoking weed and had like boyfriends who were 17, like like euphoria for middle schoolers. It was kind of weird thinking about it now. But I never did any drugs because I was pretty like late into puberty and I was very confused about it. Mm-hmm. So I was like friends with all these like taller like young women with like huge boobs, and I was just sort of like, I am a small boy. That's what I feel that now,
Yeah. You're like, now it makes sense. Yeah.
And so I was friends with them my freshman year, and then for some reason I just went, you know what? I don't think this is really my scene anymore.
Yeah.
So then I went into theater and choir, and then I just joined all the theater nerd people, and then that became my safe haven, and then like joined improv and stuff later, and then now we're here.
Here.
Yeah.
Now we're here. All roads lead to streaming in a way.
Yeah. Well, because especially I think that's incredibly true because when you think about like Facebook moms, they're live streaming.
They are.
They live stream.
They use it like it's Twitter, and they get in wars in the comments.
Yeah. Oh,
also, Robbie, thank you for the sub. Thank you for clipping the back bit. I really appreciate it so much, and thank you for the follow, Robot Dan.
That could be a new alert. Just like the Can someone make it a GIF where like lasers are coming out of his arm?
Can you make it? Can someone make that ASAP?
Yeah.
Please, someone make that.
Usually
throw it in
you
the
just
disc.
ask and then people.
Someone will make it. I need this. this. I was also Robbie, do it, make it. I kind of went. Similar, but like I was like slowly became more of a druggy kid over high school, and then like the only thing I could keep it together for was theater. You know what I mean? Like I was like, I can't do it. But I know what you're talking about, like the kids in middle school who are really fucking up, and you're like, whoa, like it's intense, dude.
Yeah, and they almost like weren't all of them weren't fucking up. Like they would still be like doing pretty well in school, I would say. But it was just like. Yeah,
Sorry, I don't mean to hate on them.
No, I mean they were really nice to me. They never did anything bad to me, so I can't say anything besides like exposing me to drugs that maybe could have ruined my life. But
sure.
I'm lucky enough that I don't have like a history of like addiction in my family. So I'm sort of like I smoked a cigarette for the first time 3 days ago.
Really?
Because I'm going to Europe soon. So in Europe, it doesn't
Let
count.
me get used to it.
Yeah, I wanted to practice.
Dude, be careful, bro. That's how I got addicted to cigarettes was with that kind of thing. Yeah, I was like, I had quit. I've now quit for a couple of years now, but I like had quit for a year, and then I went to Europe and was like, I'm in Berlin. Of course I must smoke inside the club. And then I came back. I was like even more addicted to cigarettes than I had ever been. Be careful.
That's fair. Well, when did you first smoke a cigarette? Can you remember?
18.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird too because I swore I never would because my parents both smoke, and I was like, well, I don't want to do that. And then like senior year after high school, and then I went to Oberlin, which is like big hippie liberal arts school, and all my friends smoked, and it was unfortunately like I wanted to be friends with the cool kids who smoked, and it worked. Unfortunately, is that smoking did give me that in, but as an adult, you don't need that as much. You know what I mean?
I don't know, because like
I say as learning that you smoked a cigarette 3 days ago, and you're like, I want to fit the fuck in.
Well, it's almost like I think I did theater, and I would consider myself a pretty cool person, I would say, but I just never really like I don't drink a lot, I don't smoke weed, and I don't smoke cigarettes. And just I always thought smoking cigarettes looked cool.
It is. That's what they don't tell you.
Well, here's the thing, especially if you're at a party and there's a bunch of people and there's people you want to talk to and they're smoking cigarettes outside, you're like, man, I could like find a way to like. It's like
that's literally what I did.
Not smoke a cigarette.
I would smoke a cigarette, or I go outside the library and I was like, oh hey, how's it going? You know what I mean? And it really, unfortunately, cigarettes so bad for you. And nobody's saying they're not. Obviously, I'm glad I don't smoke them anymore. But the problem is not that you don't look cool. You know what I mean? Like that's not the problem. Robot Don says,
Hi, Don.
Nothing. Name a cooler thing. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, what about like herbal cigarettes? Like if it doesn't have any nicotine?
You know, I bought some recently because we did a show where we did this bit where we were like chain smoking on stage. So we used herbal cigarettes, obviously, instead of real ones. I did smoke 10 in like one sitting because I like reminded me of cigarettes so much. But then after that, I was like, it's just not the same.
Yeah.
Because what's cool is that the nicotine is addicting. You know what I mean?
What does nicotine really do to your brain? Because I smoked a full cigarette and I was asking my friends who do smoke, like, can you teach me the ways? Like, how do I do it so when I go to Europe, people think I smoke more often? Yeah. Yeah. And they were like, hold in your mouth, blah, 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 and then suck it in and all of those things. But, man, what was I going to... What does nicotine
what does
really
nicotine do?
Yeah, what does
I mean, it like...
Does it just make your head like...
it makes you like, it makes you a little lightheaded. It makes you like focus. I mean, the secret is it doesn't do much, but it's really addicting.
Yeah.
But it does take, I mean, it can be nice. I mean, I think it's really nice if you're drunk. It is very nice to smoke cigarettes. And folks, if you've never watched the show before, I don't want you to come on this and think this guy's like vehemently pro cigarette. Because I have said they're cool. They make drinking more fun. It's not true. Kip shouldn't smoke. I shouldn't smoke. No one should smoke, man. Where are you going in Europe?
I'm going to Poland and then I'm going to Spain.
Really?
Yeah, because my family's having a wedding.
Interesting. Poland?
Yeah.
Polish.
I got family there. My cousin's getting
That's swag.
Yeah, I haven't seen them in 15 years.
Have you been to Poland before?
Yeah, 15 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah,
crazy.
A long time ago. Yeah.
Damn, that's dope.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to Poland. I've been to Russia. I know that's not the same, but
that's
really not. And
it's different.
And they definitely neither country would like me saying that they were similar at all, especially now.
I don't know what the thing is in Poland about like how they feel about Russian people. I'm not entirely. I don't know about that. I'll have to ask
they're
my
helping
family.
Ukraine.
Yeah, so I'm guessing they probably don't like
Russia.
Russia. You know,
that's
my guess, but I'll have to ask my family members.
Yeah. Hey, what do you guys think
about Russia? Yeah,
I think they're gonna go. No, they're fighting a war actively at our border, and we wish it wasn't happening. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask them like, what was it like growing up with my dad? I'm gonna ask like political stuff
What's
first.
the political situation with a estranged cousin you haven't seen? And then you're going to Spain.
Yeah.
What part?
Going to Madrid and some other cities.
Nice.
And stuff. It's gonna be a good time. I'm very excited.
That's a place I want to go to Barcelona. It's like my top place I want to visit.
It's on the water. It's nice, and then you can go to like
Sagrada Familia, the beautiful giant cathedral that Gaudi built. Ooh.
Cool.
I'm trying to hit that shit. Yeah. Well, folks, this is a call-in show. The phone lines have opened. We're taking calls. Call in. The theme tonight is how to stay cool in the summer, but also call in with whatever the fuck you want, you know? It's really an open call. It's about the art of the conversation, much like art of the deal, but it's the art of the conversation.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I've heard about that.
You've heard about the art of the deal.
Yeah.
I just started this summer. Have either of you two done ice baths? No. Are you doing the thing where you like go off, Ted, and like you do it like every day? Because I know a guy that does that. He like bought this contraption to do ice baths, and it's like in his backyard.
That's cool.
And he does it every morning to wake up.
Does he feel good? How's he doing?
He's you know what? I won't say if you knew the person you wouldn't go, that guy really has it together, so I don't know. You know what I mean? But he likes it.
If he likes it, then
you know,
follow the bliss.
It's supposed to wake you up. It's supposed to get your circulation going. Mm-hmm. I'm not interested, I gotta say. Not for me.
Warm.
Yeah, I like it.
Not like hot, but like what my body temperature kind of like already
totally is. Well, what you have to understand is something insane about me is I take a bath every single day. I'm not kidding.
Baths make neck noises. We have.
You know what though?
We need to get back to our like youthful like.
Yes, exactly. I want to be a baby, and I could see the smile of just like you were being so nice about it. Just like, what the fuck did he just say?
I think that's cool. I would take.
You don't. It's okay.
I take baths maybe like once a month.
Right,
like
right. Not every single day.
Yeah,
but let me tell you something about this. Let me.
I'm on board. I am on board. I'm fully on board with baths every day. I'd do it if I could.
Yeah. It also. I think like. I live with my partner. Makes it a little bit easier to want to take a bath in there, knowing she's the only other person using it. I will say. No, it's okay. I mean, to me though, what's so funny is that making mech noises is so much more embarrassing than taking a bath every day. Because I'm fucking proud of that. To you, those are the same. Is bath worse?
I would say bath is maybe a little bit worse, but I think it's because like our baths in America suck. They're like
that's true.
They're not long enough and they're not wide enough, and you can't like go.
You're not
down.
supposed to be taking a bath in it. Feels like
versus it's like baths are like for bathing children, which is really annoying. Like I wish it was more normalized to have like the Japanese baths, because like have you seen those? They're like a lot taller.
Yes, and they have like jets and like nice shit.
And they do that every day as like not even a thing to shower, but it's like relaxing.
Yeah, it's like that thing where even like country homes, they have the big tall thing. I just watched a very long video about a video game that takes place in the Japanese countryside, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. This kid's taking it back. It almost looks like a big sink in a weird way. Yeah.
That's cool.
I bought a yard waste barrel and small freezer to make ice cubes. I do it every day. I like that, Ted, you did it sort of the like DIY. Like your ass is in a big fucking barrel like a guy in the country, and you're just pouring ice cubes in it. I love that.
Yeah, you're making yourself a little iced tea. Like
I like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Do you? Is it how? Like when do you do it? What time of day do you do it? That's what I'm curious about.
I'm guessing in the morning. If
you're
doing that at night,
that's fucked up. You bought Tupperware. Wow. So you're storing ice. That's insane. I love that. That's so cool.
I don't do. Yeah, you gotta do it. Right
then
you
wake up. Yeah,
I've never done an ice bath. I'm more into like doing ice like face like that kind of stuff.
Hi,
I think
buddy.
is cool. Oh, beautiful. What do you think that you'd want to go in an ice bath?
Go over there.
Ice bath?
But
I do. I don't do ice baths, but I do Wim Hof. You know about Wim Hof?
The Iceman.
The Iceman.
My cousin does that.
Yeah. He does like the hyperventilating like breathing stuff where it's like. And then you like hold your breath for a while, and then for like a minute and a half, and then you like let it go. It's like this whole thing. Also, Easy Online Banking. What's up?
Easy Online Banking. Thank you.
That's my friend.
Fuck yeah.
That's actually one of my best friends.
Really?
Yeah, we do comedy together.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they do the Twitch Does Improv show?
Yes, he was in that. Yeah, he was wearing a hat.
I think I saw that in the record.
And he usually wears a lot of tie-dye shirts.
Nice.
That's sort of
man after my own heart.
It's cool. Yeah, wait, Easy, you should call in. I feel like you would have fun.
Phone lines are open, baby. We're taking calls. But how do you do the Wim Hof method in Southern California?
Well, it's more of just the breathing element rather than just being in the ice thing. And I would say the breathing definitely makes you feel very more like alert and relaxed because you do it like lying down. And the breathing's so intense that you like can't think about anything else. Like you can't, like with other breathing stuff, it's a lot more like relaxed and peaceful, and I feel like my mind drifts a lot more. Yeah. Versus Wim Hof, it's like, it's like aggressive, and you can't.
Interesting.
No thoughts come in. I would say
so you do it as like breath work basically, and meditation almost.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Sometimes I'll do it like 3 times a day because it's just you got to do it.
The breathing is big pimp. It's like the healing version of the choking game from high school. It's funny you say that, man, because Kip just did go, and I was like, oh, like the choking game.
What's the choking game?
It's wait, how does it work? It's something I did at summer camp. It's like you spin around and then choke yourself until you pass out.
I'm never
really?
done that.
It's like a way. I feel like it's like a way.
Can you do it? Can you show me?
You like pass out and fall on the ground. It's like cool. It's a way to get high as a kid.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone know? What do? You most likely you just hold yourself upside down and spin around. What do you mean you hold yourself upside down? Like by the ankles?
Or maybe you like if you're on a couch, like you put your head down or something. Steven, do you ever do it? It's my friend Steven. They're a
playing the choking game, Steven?
They're actually a doctor.
They're a doctor.
And a legit doctor.
What's the medical version of the choking game? Let's do Tide Pods instead. Tide Pods are coming back in a major way.
Do you want to do that?
Eat Tide Pods?
I think we should do something like
really
crazy.
Dangerous. What's that thing that's like not real, but then like parents are, the Blue Whale Challenge? Do you remember that?
I thought you were going to say something else.
What did you think I was going to say?
Blue Waffle, remember that?
Yeah, well, what is that? Is that like soggy biscuit?
No, I don't know what that is, but just Google Blue Waffle, but don't do it if there's like children around.
Oh, it's the really infected nuts.
I always thought of it as...
Is it not?
I thought it was like infected pastrami flaps, but I'm not sure.
Gotcha.
Same thing. Just really.
Yeah.
It's fake though. It's not a real.
It's not real.
No, it's not a real like actual condition.
It's a pussy. There we go. No, soggy biscuit is the thing where I feel like this was always talked about at sleepovers, where everybody comes on the biscuit, and the last person that comes on it has to eat it, or soggy cookie.
Yeah, I've heard of that with different foods.
Yeah.
Not necessarily biscuit. That's very British.
Yeah, that's the British version. In the States, it's a ham sandwich. Blue waffle. Thank you for the follow, Morgonzo Beans. Limp Biscuit. There we go.
Hi, Morgo.
Me and my SSRI skit never. That's very funny. Yeah. I would lose. I guess I would lose that game because of my. It's a young man's game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
course.
It's a young man's game before like you get the right mental pills that sort of. You know, you could come, but it's not enough to win the game. That's
right.
That's what it does. That should be a side effect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like you will not.
It's like what is the thing where it's like 80% something, 10%. That's a song. I'm thinking of a song.
80% winners, 10%.
The one where it's like 10% willpower, 20% strength. Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, what's
that song?
Is it a rap?
Shut up, Beezy. What am I talking about? Oh, 20%. The time is now.
Time is up. The time is now. Is that the same?
I'm the last Mike Shadona song. I'm not sure. Can you sing it? Can you sing it in here?
Fort Minor.
I don't know. I'm just gonna also let you know right now. I'm really bad at just references in general, like for movies, TV shows.
Never seen Star Wars.
No. Well, I've seen the prequels.
Interesting.
And I don't really remember them.
Right.
Because I was young.
You saw them when they came out in theaters.
No. I saw them when I was maybe like 14, 15. It's true. But, baby steps.
What were you doing? Because all I was doing when I was growing up was watching TV, playing video games, and watching movies. What were you doing?
I was watching my friends do Molly. I was watching them drink alcohol in a room and make out with their boyfriends while I was sitting in the corner doing nothing.
That's awesome.
That's what I did.
And you were just like, it's sort of the theater of life in a way.
Well, I was watching a lot of anime. That was sort of my...
Okay, well, I've watched certainly my fair share of anime as well. I
was watching anime. I was just like on the internet a lot. On YouTube and stuff.
I was too, man.
Because that's when I was like 11, I got really into anime, and then I'd start going to like anime conventions, and I did like cosplay and stuff.
And you were going to Comic-Con, I assume.
Yeah, went to Comic-Con, Anime Expo, and I would dress up as little boys.
Man.
And then I went,
And then there are so many. I used to go to anime conventions too, and I'm like looking back, I'm like, oh, like there were so many kids like that. I mean, it's like, yeah, fucking duh. Like you're like, I want to be this little. I want to be God from Hunter x Hunter. Yep. Dude, I went to Comic-Con for the first time this year. Had a great time,
heck yeah.
And I realized the last con I went to is I went to this thing called KatsuCon in Washington D.C., which is better now, but was really shitty when I was going. In a way where I was like I went to Comic-Con, I was like, and my expectations were so low. I like got a free ticket. I was like, whatever, this will be fun, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, no, it's just the ones I had been to were fucking terrible. And also from a time where like this shit was not big in the same way it was. Like you go to Comic-Con, you're like, oh, Toei Animation has made like a life-size replica of like the comic Sandman. They're like making a video game of it. It's like a Akira Toriyama like before Dragon Ball Z thing, and they just had like a life-size version of the main character and like the tank he drives. I was like, oh, this is a lot different than KatsuCon, watching people in like shitty Kakashi and like Sasuke. Thing doing like the Lucky Star dance and like
but those are the best conventions.
Yes, they were very fun.
Those are the best. I hate going to big conventions now. Like I would go to this one called Anime LA, which it's pretty big now, but back in my day, it was pretty small. It was like in a small
Is
hotel.
that the one that was like people posted videos and it was so unbelievably crowded it was like fucked up? Or
that was Anime Expo. Yeah. But ALA was rocking because it was just like a lot of people in like some shitty cosplays, some in good cosplays, and you could like actually talk with people. Versus like big conventions, everyone's kind of in their own like little group, and it feels like weird to.
Yeah, I know totally. It's like you did talk.
Yeah.
Like I met a bunch of people there. Yeah.
Did you smoke cigarettes with like people outside? Is that how you made friends?
No, I would.
Like,
no, I
cool
wish I wasn't
people?
smoking cigarettes yet. Unfortunately, if I could go back in time and smoke cigarettes there, I did have a realization where I went. Like my final time I went, I was senior of high school with my friend I always went to. And Robbie, I will get back to what characters that I dress up as, but I went back a final time and I saw like there's this like cool dude who would always be selling like throwing stars and shurikens and like Shuriken throwing stars and like kunai and like all the cool shit. And he was like this cool ass dude. He was like big, he had dreadlocks and like was always wearing goggles. And I saw a guy who was like buying coke from him, and I was like, oh, everyone's doing drugs here. Like I didn't realize. I was like, oh, this is actually, as you get older, you realize are the people that keep doing drugs. Like you're like, I fucking love anime. I literally smoke weed every day. Like I'm insane. Like yeah. And I really put it into perspective where I was like, we're not so different. You and I, you know?
Well, especially now, looking back on it now, the amount of people who are into anime is so vast. There's so many different types of people that are into anime. Because back when I was in middle school, it was like not cool. It was not cool.
It's crazy. Yep. Like that's a realization. Like I was in Las Vegas recently, and now like all the like tchotchke stores, instead of like Mickey Mouse or whatever, it's all literally Naruto and Dragon Ball Z. Like that is the most popular shit in like Roblox, you know? Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. Yeah. My ass watching 240p stream rips of Evangelion when I'm like 11 years old, can barely see shit, and then you can just watch it's crazy. Yeah.
Those are the cool times.
It is the gateway drug. You had to force yourself to dislike anime for survival. Yeah, no, you just got to hide that shit a little bit. Yeah. But now it doesn't matter. Everybody loves it. Also, I had this big realization in high school where I realized every single person I was friends with was secretly watching anime and playing World of Warcraft. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and you could have been playing together and watching
I know. And
together.
Then finally we did senior year, and it was beautiful.
That's good.
It was beautiful. Yeah. What a time. It's like I was friends with I'm not a jock, but I was friends with a bunch of jocks. And then secretly all of them were watching anime and play. It's so funny because everyone did that that's our age.
Yeah, maybe everyone was, and just no one said anything and was making fun of everybody.
At least gaming, bro. So many secret World of Warcraft players out there. Did you ever play?
No, because I just was like $15 a month. Like I'm not gonna do that. But that was like back in the day where like subscribing to things wasn't really popular. So I was like, why would I do that? It is
so crazy how like that's nothing, and I spend over $100 on subscriptions easy now.
Yep.
Yeah.
But games I wish I played was Maple Story. Did you ever play Maple Story?
I played it a little, but I could never get it to work good on my computer. But it was like it felt like this forbidden fruit that I always wanted, but it like never quite worked right.
What is it? I remember always wanted to play it, but I never knew what it was. Was it like, what was it similar to? Was it like Animal Crossing kind of, or like?
No, it's more like World of Warcraft, but it's a 2D platformer too. Yeah, it was like an MMO. And it was like you picked a class. It was like an RPG, but the weird part is it was like a side scroller.
Yeah.
And it was like super grindy, insane MMOs from that time where it was like chilling for like 10 hours grinding the same boss to get one piece of gear, like World of Warcraft. Yeah. And I think eventually they added like, there was a big fashion component, and there was like player housing and shit. So it was like a little Animal Crossing too. Remember watching episodes of Naruto on YouTube in 9 parts, and you have to watch part 2 in Spanish because it's missing in
English? Yeah, Steven, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I really know about that shit. Yeah. I really know. I also remember watching AMVs so much of only Naruto, and then learning about music that way. So also somebody, we were talking about the 80% grit, 20%.
Yeah.
It's the fucking... the Limp Bizkit guy streams on Twitch, someone said, because it's the same guy. That's crazy. Is whoever said that's still here? Please link his channel. I want to follow the Limp Bizkit guy.
That's probably easy. I think he said that maybe.
100% grit.
Yeah, I was smelling enough to play WoW, but not smelling enough to play Ghost Story.
Totally.
Different kind of smell.
Yeah.
10% luck, 20% skill.
15% concentrated power. It's very anime.
Yeah, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park streams, but not Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit.
His name is Fred Durst. Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park. That makes sense, actually, that the Linkin Park guy streams.
Yeah,
like that track.
It's all famous people do. Also, sorry, Mike Shinoda kind of reminds me of like Mike Shinoda.
That's good. I like that.
Just needed to say. I had to say it, or else I was gonna explain.
No, I get it. It.
Yeah, a bunch of people stream like.
It is crazy.
Like Snoop Dogg streams. Sometimes it's kind of
Drake sometimes plays poker.
Yeah. Oh wow.
There we go. Thank you, Ted. Appreciate it. He hasn't been on recently. Fuck. You know, dude. Do you remember Weeble's stuff? Does that mean anything to you? Weeble and Bob, like badger, mushroom.
Yeah, I remember that.
That guy streams, and I found a stream. He just makes art, and it looks exactly like that shit. And it's so I love it.
That's
it's like there he is. He's just doing his thing. Yes, he's mad because we're not. I don't know if you could hear the cat, but he hates not being paid attention to. He wants us to run in there and run around with him.
Should I do it really fast?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. I'm doing it.
Do it. Everybody loves Magical Treasure. Trevor. I hear him running. He usually streams making songs on Ableton. That's cool. What is the Linkin Park guy make? How was it? Did you enjoy your time?
Yeah.
That's great.
I pet the cat, and then they ran around.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll go.
Are any of these baseball golems in the background single? Brother, I wish they were single. The faceless, beautiful, muscular men in the background. Yeah, you could. There's a bunch of little channel point effects if you want to fuck around with the background and make things spawn.
Ooh.
It's my special little part of this stream.
Yeah, I went to my first Dodgers game. A couple weeks ago.
How'd you like it?
It was good. The churros were great.
Yeah.
They have churros there. The popcorn was fine.
Did you have a hot dog?
No, I didn't have
They're
a hot
not
dog.
good. People are always like,
Really?
oh, the Dodger. They're not good, bro.
Really?
No, they're
I'm glad I
not.
didn't
They're
get
not.
that, yes.
They're actually all in a polycule. That is true. I believe every baseball team is actually just one big polycule. That's something I believe.
That would make things, I think work pretty well. Because
Yeah.
in polycules, you have to communicate a lot.
That
it's
is
a lot
true.
of honesty, that kind of stuff. So when you're like in a team, that's what you got to do, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
How is the between inning entertainment any hot dog races? Don't they do a race thing? Are there any mascot races at Dodgers games? I can't remember.
Not that I saw. If it was maybe in the very beginning, or we were a little late.
That'd be very funny if they. I think it would be later. It'd be funny to start the game with a hot dog race. Is really funny. The truck CGI race. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Easy and Morgo and some people went to the Dodger game, and they have a CGI thing where it's like people.
It sucks.
Yeah, it's
you
bad.
vote on it, no, dude. It sucks. Okay, so I'm from DC, and I'm the Nationals.
Are you from DC? I didn't know that.
I am, and the ours is a guy dressed up in a giant Abraham Lincoln outfit, Teddy Roosevelt, and George Washington, like big mascot head. And these fuckers, literally, they make them run around the entire baseball diamond. That's cool. And that's the race. And it's so fun. And everybody's fucking screaming at them, and they're like...
Who do people usually want to have win?
Well, Teddy never wins, is it? He always fucks up. But then like on the thousands game, or he'll like cheat and win and it doesn't count. Like he'll like show up in a golf cart. It's a lot. They literally have fun. Like they're literally having a blast, and it's better than that fucking truck race because I hate that truck race. It's bullshit.
It's predetermined.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, it's
truck
not
race is
live.
bullshit. Folks, if you have any thoughts about what we're talking about, the phone lines are open. We're taking calls, but we're also chatting. I mean, listen. Beautiful thing about a conversation is it can happen with your voice, with your keyboard. And those are the two
and mentally.
telepathically.
Yeah. You know that one in the 70s when the CIA was working on stuff?
MK Ultra.
No. It was something else. It was a document. Easy, pull it up. Easy knows what I'm talking about.
Are you talking about the Wormwood or whatever the fuck it's called?
It was something where they were like teaching people how to like read minds from like different rooms
But it didn't work.
I don't remember. It was a long document, so I didn't read all of it. But I just went, "Oh, that's got to be real." I'm just gonna assume it's
so you're
real.
you're kind of half remembering something that you don't remember the name of, and then you're and then you're just assuming it's real, but you didn't finish it. It sounds like MK Ultra.
Yeah, like trying to see if people are clairvoyant, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, pull up remote viewing.
part of
Yes. Oh, it was. Oh,
Yeah.
It was a part.
That's
of
like the thing where they were also like giving a ton of people acid and like making them go crazy and stuff.
Yeah.
It was a
That
fun
was
time.
That
The
wasn't good.
70s, baby.
Yeah, you want to go back?
Yeah, rock and roll music. You know what I mean?
That was fun.
I don't think there's any decade I'm like, oh, I wish I was then. Do you? I like iPhones. I like the computer. I mean, these things did not exist.
Yeah. I would love. Man. I don't think so. I'd rather go to the future.
Yes.
But that also is scary too.
Yes, it is definitely hard to do that as a queer person or a person. Really, it's sort of like you're pretty much fucked. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because if you go back in time, then you won't have medication you need to survive.
Right.
And if you go into the future, then maybe you're like already dead.
Right.
Like, because like the
right, and then it's been completely destroyed.
Yeah,
I wish I could have been 15
water.
during 9/11 instead of 8. That's a great wish, Robbie. I really like that. To really have understood, because I was like 8 or 9, and I feel like I was like just didn't get it, you know. But if I was 15, I really would have understood 9/11.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Want to hear a cool story about 9/11?
Please.
So I was maybe like, how old was I? I was born in 95. So 6 years old. I remember watching the video of it happening, but this isn't my story. It was someone that I used to date in college, and his birthday was on 9/11.
Really?
And he's also Middle Eastern.
Right.
And
not great. Unlucky for him.
And it was 9/11 2002, and it was his birthday at school, and so his mom brought cupcakes for his classmates, because that's just something that you do.
Sure.
And something about my ex was that he really loved planes at the time. So his mom was like about to walk into the classroom with a bunch of cupcakes with a lot of little plastic little planes on them. This was a year after 9/11. And as soon as she was about to walk in, she looked down and went, "Oh my God." And then just quickly started like pulling all of them off. And then he like came out and was like, "What are you doing, mommy?" And she was like, "Help me take this off." And he didn't really understand it. But
right, because they're at the age where he's like, the kids would have known, but the teacher would have been like, "What the fuck?" Like literally in a time in America where like they could have called someone.
Yeah, because they were like brown also, so it was just even more like
that's kind of weird. They're bringing oh my God, that is so funny.
Yeah, that is rough.
Literally, it's like if they had brought like they could have just called the police straight up.
I don't know what they could have done, but it was definitely pretty. It was pretty scary. I would. That is
so horrible. I feel so horrible for that woman too. Of just like, fuck. Yeah. Oh God.
She was great though. She was really nice.
I love it.
Maybe I miss her.
I love it. Robbie, you can't say I'm in the middle of a clip when we're doing like that. We can't that. If you say that, it's going to take us out of it. You can't scream, "This is a clip."
That's okay. Let's start a new clip.
Okay.
Let me think of
what's something really viral
story
you could say?
Let me think of a wild story. I can tell my shitting story.
Yeah.
Do you have a shitting your pants story? I love hearing people talk about how they shit their pants.
I have one, but it didn't actually happen. But I know you weren't, Robbie. I know you weren't. But it's like I wish it didn't, but it does throw me off because you've been doing this where you go riff, go.
That's why you can't read chat.
No. I shouldn't be reading it.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
It's a curse because you have to, but you don't want to.
Yeah.
So fuck you, Robbie.
Robbie, you're doing your best.
Yeah, and then my riff was, I bet they called the police on that woman. That wasn't funny at all. I didn't even think of anything funny to say. Anyway, I don't have a real shitting my
now you can say something funny now.
Oh, man. Boy, I wish that stupid, dumb motherfucker hadn't put planes in her kid's cupcake. Is that funny? Not really, no. Yeah, that.
Should I go play with the cat again?
My shitting my pants story is this didn't happen, but I lied and it did. But then had to go around and tell stories of times we shit our pants, and I didn't have anyone, and I never do this, but I just like made one up, and I told this story about going to a music festival. And going to shit in a porta potty and running out of and there was no toilet paper, and then taking off my Hawaiian shirt and then using it as like my shit rag and throwing it in, and then just coming up and people were like, "Dude, where's your shirt?" And I was like, "I don't know, I'm so high," but really I just used it as a shit rag. But that story didn't happen. That never happened. But the story crushed in the moment. People loved the story, and then I got in the car with Katie, my partner, after, and I was just like, "I made that up," and she was like, "What?" She's like, "Why did you do that?" And I was like, "I don't know. I just really wanted a good story, you know?" And I really, and I don't, because I'm in it, I don't regret it. Yeah. But yeah, besides that, I've never shit my pants.
I think that kind of lying is slightly okay, especially if you admit it pretty closely after the fact that it happens. Because it doesn't hurt anyone.
So why lie?
It doesn't hurt anyone.
It's a definition.
If anything, you're like, you brought joy to these people with just storytelling, right? Whether it's real or not, you're an English class
exactly.
guy.
It's not every. I relish the people in my life because I knew kids. I'm sure you did too, who were like really good liars and really good storytellers. And like you knew it was bullshit, but they could they could spin a yarn. Yeah. And God knows we don't need more yarn spinners in this fucked up age we live in.
Play with the yarn.
I mean, come on, like a little kitty cat. I like to see what kind of stupid bullshit they come up with. I love a good liar.
Yeah. Oh, you should meet my friend Sam. She is deranged. She will go in an Uber and just completely lie about her life.
Wow.
And she'll be like, she's my age. She'll be like, yeah, I have a kid. I'm like gonna go pick up from like my ex-husband, blah, blah, blah. And she'll lie to people on planes too.
Really?
She claims she doesn't do it anymore, but that was like 3 months ago.
That was her big thing.
Yeah. Which is like insane. I'm going to her with Spain, so I'm gonna see if we can lie together.
Lie to some Europeans.
Yeah, she's gonna teach me how to lie.
Do I get annoyed with fake premises and stand-up? No, I don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. I hate when people get pissed off at that too.
With
if people are like, your girlfriend never said that to you. Who gives a fuck? Yeah. It's a joke. We're not doing. It's not the moth. Like it's a joke telling. Anyway, don't get me started.
What's the moth?
It's the NPR thing where people. It's like a storytelling. Originally radio show, now podcast, where it's like a storytelling competition. And it's like, it's like people, it's like this whole thing. They do it all over the country. It's actually cool. I've been to it before. Like every city has it. And it's totally random who goes up. You throw your name in a hat and then they just pick random people and then you get up and tell a story. And if your story is really good, you'll go on to like the next round. And then there's like a national competition, but it's all like straight storytelling.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
That.
It's cool. What's your shitting story?
My shitting story was, it was when I was going to school. I was going to university, and I had a bunch of summer camp friends that were visiting at the time. And so I was just letting them all crash, and we were all like just spread out all over the living room, just like everyone sleeping on the floor and stuff. When we went to the beach, we were like drinking a bunch of wine. It was a fun time. And then we all went to sleep, and then I woke up and I was like, oh my God, the shit's so bad. And it was like 6 a.m. And the bathroom I had at the time, it was like the toilet was its own room, the shower was its own room, and then it was like connected to like the sink room. And someone was in the bathroom, and I was like, and I heard them, and they were just like so bad where I was just like, they're gonna be here for so long, and I was like gonna shit my pants. So I went into the shower and I just like dropped trout, and then I just like shat into like the shower drain thing. And then I was like, well, how am I gonna get rid of it? Because I was gonna maybe like get like a plastic bag and try to like pick it up, but then like people were like in the living room and I'd have to like step over them, and I was just like worried people were gonna like find it or something. So then I started like waffle stomping it into the shower.
That would have been my plan.
Yeah. And then I just took a full shower, and then I didn't tell anyone that was there that it was that it happened. And then like my roommates and stuff were like showering, and it was just kind of like a little dark secret that I had. And then I never none of them know, I don't think. Still,
did you start waffle stomping it before the shower was turned on?
Wait. I waffle stomped it while the shower was going.
Okay.
Yes.
In my mind, I was like, it's better that way.
Yes.
If you had just started stomping down poo-poo with your bare feet without the shower on.
Yeah. Should I lie and say that?
If you want to make it a better story, you should say, first what I did is I got shit all over my feet.
Okay.
Okay, so we got a call coming in.
Oh my
God. We'll get that again for the clip with your lie. Okay. Cool. Here we go. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. What's your name and what are you calling about?
Hey, it's Tony Pepperoni and Mountain Man.
Hold on.
Oh.
Fuck.
Oh.
Hold on. This is what I told you.
I'm heartbroken.
You can hear the caller if you're watching, but me and Kip cannot hear him. So 1 second.
So whoever's calling, sing a little song right now, and I'll do a little dance, okay?
Hello?
Oh, there we go. Oh, that was great music.
Hello, caller. We can hear you now.
All right. It's Tony Pepperoni and Mountain Man. We were just candidly listening to this awesome storytelling, and I just wanted to give Tony Pepperoni a quick little shout out. As you were talking about having to drop a nice one in a shower, he just is sitting over here cooking something in the kitchen. He's like, "Oh no, she waffle stomped it," and then the freaking came out.
So Tony knew.
Oh, Tony's very familiar with waffle stomping.
Right.
No, he's not. He's shaking his head vehemently.
He's never done it before.
Well, anyways.
Wait, who? So someone has done it, or I'm sorry. What was the end part?
No, he's never done it, but I guess he's familiar with the phrase.
I don't think I've ever done it.
Do you want to?
I can't imagine it's a nice sensation.
Do I want to? Ooh.
Something new.
Can we get like a milk crate?
A milk crate?
Or a milk crate. It's got like the little grids, already. I feel like it'd be a lot more effective, maybe more sanitary.
No, man, that wouldn't be effective at all. There's holes in the milk crate. The thing about your feet is if you put a milk crate on it, it would go up through the milk crate, right?
I'm really confused about what I'm seeing in my mind right now, to be honest.
Is waffle stomping making it go up through your toes, or is it making it go? It goes to the shower drain. It looks like waffle.
You're
it goes
stomping.
To the shower drain and it looks like a waffle.
There you go.
Yeah,
I actually didn't know that's why it's called that.
Yeah, because the grate looks like
a
the waffle pattern because it's squares and you're pushing it down. So if you were like a little cockroach in the pipes, you would see the waffle being stomped towards you.
That might be heaven for a cockroach.
Yeah.
Though. I mean, I think they eat shit, so that would, for him, that's like it really is like a waffle in that moment.
Yeah.
Better yet, I would just get like a shit stimulant, or stimulant. What?
Waffle stomping is often done out of necessity, obviously.
Yeah.
It's done out of necessity in your...
But I think...
What about waffle stomping? Like an intentional retaliatory act or like a vengeance act?
Oh, dear.
How would you use it as revenge, though? Because you're getting shit all over your own feet. I mean, there's really, there's only... And then if you cleaned it up, you clean up the shower. I don't really know how you could use that as an attack in any way.
Bad breakup.
Bad breakup. Okay, but...
Make their shower.
That's my friend who lies, Sam.
She lies.
Professional liar I was talking about.
Man, she really got my fucking number, the talk show leg cross. I mean, we're literally both, yeah. It's hard not to. It's hard not to do the leg cross.
You do this, and then you slap your arm right on your ankle, right above.
I love it. Tony and Mountain Man, I mean, how are you staying cool this summer? Let me know. That's still the topic. Don't forget.
It's been on my mind.
How you staying cool this summer?
I got hailed on today.
Yeah, what?
I got hailed on with frozen pellets of ice raining from the sky.
Hailed on? Yeah, my God.
Yeah.
You're really living up to your Mountain Man moniker, man.
Yeah, I'm doing trail maintenance. Tony Pepperoni is just staying Sicilian, and that's how he stays cool in the summer.
Yeah. His name is Tony Pepperoni, you know what I mean?
With a name like Tony Pepperoni, it's staying pretty cool. Right?
Yeah, he's staying pretty cool. It's a beautiful sentiment. You guys got any good shitting yourself stories? Mountain Man, you ever shit yourself?
I got a couple shark stories, but I'd rather not share them right now.
Shark stories?
Oh, you better. Shark stories. Yeah. When you're gonna fart.
Shart.
Not
shark.
Yeah,
not shark.
Close.
Shart.
Yeah.
That's okay, man. You don't have to share anything you don't want to.
Tell me later, though.
Please tell me later. Yeah, throw it in the Discord.
I'll find you in the Discord.
Yeah, please post that in general. A really long short story on the paywall portion. Yeah, subscribe to my Patreon to get the shit channel.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think
Pookie Doo Doo Pee Pee Poo Poo channel.
Yeah, the Pee Pee Poo Poo channel. And NSFW.
Your NSFW.
Yeah,
your NSFW is just raunchy and nasty. It's not like inherently.
No, it's not porn. It's like
yeah,
like piss and shit. Yeah.
That's porn.
It's piss and shit.
That's porn.
Just in a pile. That's porn to you. I'm not talking about people pissing or shitting. I'm talking about in a pile.
Yeah.
That's porn to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's like the implication. Because it's like coming at, because it was in someone's ass, it was like near someone's like genitals, and that's like kind of sexual.
I guess so.
Right?
I say that about both all the time. It's all about the implication.
Yeah.
Right. I guess I am so vanilla. That is true. I mean, I'd say a cup. What about like a medical, like a sterile cup of cum? Is that porn to you? To you too?
No.
Mountain Man, what about you? Is that porn to you?
A sterile cup of cum. Cum
Yeah.
in itself is not sexual, is it? Because there's no active sex.
Well, it
Well, I
took an
guess
act
there
of
could
sex
be
to
an
get it out, got out of there, you know?
Yeah, there are sexual things that happen to get it out.
Okay.
So cum isn't sexual
go
to
to
you,
a
but
sperm
piss and
clinic
shit
and
are?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Mountain Man?
Well, okay. I need. I go to a place that does sperm donations because you need to be inseminated for whatever reason. Is that actually inherently a sexual act? So that's a cup of cum.
No, well, that's a good point.
I think it depends how, like,
We're
I think it
having a
depends on the
chat.
person because, like, you can use that, like, because you could be, like, using it to, for, like, a woman who wants to be artificially inseminated.
Yeah.
And that's just, like, beautiful, you know?
Yeah.
Like, bringing life into the world.
Yeah.
And if you fetishize that,
It's kind of sexy to have a kid, isn't it?
you know what? I'm wrong. Okay, a cup of cum is kind of
A cup of cum. And think about how it got in that cup. I mean, it certainly wasn't from eating sawdust. You know, it's
Well,
probably
how do you do that?
oh, you got to crank it. I imagine. I don't know. I've
Like-
never. Yeah, something
that-
like that.
like that.
Well, it depends on the person. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
And
It's
then
like a
it just-
person taking an old photograph.
I was thinking more like a Jack in the Box, and then it just sort of pops out.
Jack in the box. There you go.
Jacking the.
Jacking cum in a box or a
Yeah.
cup in this sense.
I thought you guys were talking about the fast food chain and the fact that those bathrooms are just. Never mind.
They're Jack though.
The jacking off of the
Terrible.
Jack in the Box. Well, Jack in the Box would be one of the great chains. You Jack in the Box, pal?
I used to go there, and I'm sure there was a lot of cum in the bathroom.
Yeah, definitely. Jack in the Box is always kind of dirty. You got Jack in the Box where you are, Mountain
But
Man?
there's also a lot of shit and piss. So does that make
That-
it sexual?
It's super
I don't
sexual.
know.
Yeah,
in
so
there.
Jack in the Box bathroom is one of the most sexual places you can be,
Yeah.
kind of on planet Earth, as far as I'm concerned. Because it's just, honestly, I've never really been in a fast food bathroom that didn't feel at least kind of sexual. You don't feel like you're supposed to be there.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That
Yeah.
is true.
Right.
That's when I'm having sex. I'm like, I'm supposed to be here.
Whenever the tags on the walls, I'm always like, wow, that's an active
They
sex.
do always have those graffitis that say "for a good time, call this number."
For a
So, I
good time.
mean,
Yeah. That's how. Yeah.
right.
And then it's just the number 4 Jack in the Box corporate. I'd love to talk to Jack, the guy.
Yeah.
Isn't that a
I
dream?
bet someone. I bet Jack's watching
guy
right
who
now.
has
I bet he'll
the-
call in.
God willing. I've never been to a Jack in the Box or an In-N-Out. Well, In-N-Out's quite a bit better than Jack in the Box, but Jack in the Box is pretty good. I wish Jack would call in.
That's. You know what? Maybe you should have a Twitter battle with him. Or I mean, sorry.
X battle.
Yeah, whatever.
X Battle. Yes,
We should
please.
get a new platform. We need a new platform.
I'm more of a Threads guy. I'm the last guy using. Everybody got off it, but I'm still using it every day.
You use Threads still?
Every day I thread I post like 10, 20 threads a day.
So people like aren't using Threads anymore, and no one's really using Twitter. Like, what are people doing?
I think we are at.
we back to
I
Instagram?
believe
They're living?
Yes, and here's my take. Can I pitch you guys my
Yeah,
idea?
please.
Here's how you make Threads work. I legitimately think Threads would be the biggest social media app in the world if you made one of the buttons on Instagram on the bottom. Make it Threads.
Oh, yeah.
And it goes right to Threads. Like, what do we got now?
Yeah, it shouldn't be its separate app. I agree.
Home, search, plus, reels.
Yeah.
Come on, make one of it Threads, dude.
That is
If
true.
it was there, I would use it every day. Boom. There you go. You're welcome, Zucks. You're welcome. Do you guys think that Mark Zuckerberg's actually going to fight Elon Musk?
Yeah, I hope so.
I really hope so too.
And I don't like either of them, but I hate Elon Musk more, so I would want the Zuck to win.
Zucks is your
Yeah.
and taking it like on a pure strength and fighting ability. Who do you guys think's got it? I think it's Zucks.
I
Straight
think
up.
Zucks would train hard enough because like Elon's sort of just
If
got
Elon's
this little.
smart, he would pussy out. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's true.
I think he would. I think no, it's true. I think he's gonna get his fucking because also somebody told me Zucks has been doing like mixed martial arts for like years now.
Oh, really?
Which is the most like rich, and I say this as a Jew, like little rich Jewish guy thing to do is to get really into mixed martial arts when you're that rich. Like I do believe that, you know, like all roads sort of end at that. Seems pretty confident the fight is definitely going to happen. Really, dude? God, I will literally, if it's like $100 to watch that fight, I will pay it.
Yeah?
I swear, I like literally can't wait. I'm like so excited. Elon's going to get his fucking shit right.
I hope so.
He's going to
really
get
hope so.
owned.
I'm so sick.
Zuck is going to like punch him in the throat one time and he's going to go like, I literally cannot wait for it.
I feel like also Elon Musk is like made out of jello. Like I
Yes.
feel like if you punch him, like his like just organs will just like kind of fall apart.
Yes.
I don't know why.
He isn't the kind of rich guy that gets like blood from young boys put into him to be strong. And Zuck is. He's so powerful. What do you guys think? Mountain Man, Tony, who do you think's winning?
Zuck.
Yeah,
Zuck.
I still think, I think Elon has a lot of plastic going on.
So I think it's a mental thing. I think Elon, he's too prideful. He thinks he's going to win just because he's Elon. So in his own head thing. Zuck, on the other hand, he's like been on the precipice of failure before.
Yes.
So he doesn't have that. He's just like an emotionless monster.
Yes.
So like he's like a computer. He just like looks at Musk and goes kill and like does it.
Yes.
Execute.
He also never Zuck gets like does a public facing thing like once every 5 years, and then people spend the next year just like roasting the fuck out of him. Like when he posted the Meta video, and it's like, yeah, he's gonna get up and people are gonna want to roast him, so he's gonna want to win. He wants it more.
Yep.
He's got white boy rage.
He's got white boy.
He's gonna have.
Though Elon also
I think
does.
What Zuck from like a PR thing, right? He should play into it, right? He should go full YouTube rewind and just make like bad thing, bad content specifically about him being a lizard man.
Yeah, like he goes full WWE on it and he becomes the lizard man.
Oh, that would be sick.
I would love that.
Yeah, just some like Kelly Green, pearlescent. By the way, I love the kitty.
The kitty? Oh, thank you.
I've never seen.
Really? This is Kirby. He's sort of like the mascot in a way.
We're
well, Mountain Man, it's been a pleasure talking to you and your colleague Tony Pepperoni tonight. I mean, two of the smartest guys to do it, if you ask me.
No, thank you.
I feel so flattered and I'm blushing. And
yeah,
I'm going back to college. Might not be able to stay subscribed because I'll become broke.
I don't think you should let that stop you. I think you should say subscribe no matter what. I do not think that should be it. It's not that much money and it really helps me out. So I really just think you can find the money. Okay.
I can find $5.
It's just $5, dude. I mean, it's not, maybe Amazon Prime, I just think it's like, let's make you and I have a chat before you do that. Okay.
Subscription retained for the Luke man. All right.
Yeah, a cup of coffee a month, buddy.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you so much. All right, peace. See, you get it, Kip.
Yeah, Sam gets it.
Sam gets it. It's a cup of coffee a month, folks.
Yeah.
I think every channel you watch for more than 5 minutes, you should subscribe to. Like it's fucking cable television.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This is like Nickelodeon, and watching Kip's like what? Then you turn to Cartoon Network.
That's true. Well, it's even cheaper than a cup of coffee because a cup of coffee is almost like $7
in this economy. Yeah. All right, we got another call coming in. You ready for another one?
Oh yeah. Let me adjust. Also, what's up, Ben?
Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. What's your name and what are you calling about?
Hey, how's it going? It's Robot Don.
Robot Don. Welcome, my friend.
Yes. How's it going? I don't. You guys know me too well, but I'm a fellow call-in streamer as well over at Ben Monster TV.
Oh yeah, I've watched Ben Monster before, and Ben Monster's in the chat. Wow, well, welcome, dude. Game respects game. Is that a phrase people use?
You're using it.
Yeah,
you're using it.
It works out. It works out. I wanted to call in and share a little bit about a story about almost pooping my pants.
Please.
Are we still on that topic at this point?
Yeah, no, I think that's all. That's evergreen.
Pooping yourself is kind of keeping yourself cool for the summer.
It certainly it won't hit you up. You got to
one
imagine.
Methodology.
Yeah.
One way. Absolutely. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with New York subways, but there's generally not many toilets in New York subways. And so if I take the story to the beginning here, me and my girlfriend, now wife, we're at White Castle on Long Island, eating all of the burgers at White Castle. I'm not sure if you're familiar with what happens when you eat White Castle, but generally it destroys your insides.
It really does. And people say Taco Bell destroys your insides, but it's White Castle. White Castle fucks you up in a way where you're like, it's really scary.
Really? I've never had it.
Yeah. I love it. I mean, it's incredible, but keep going, Don.
It's great. It's great going in and it's terrible going out.
Great going in. Yes, exactly.
So at that time, I generally like hang out with, you want to take your girlfriend out, go into the city, do something, cool, right? That's what you do to try to impress someone.
Oh, yeah.
So, we're young. We're like in our early teens. So obviously, you go to White Castle first. Yep. Then you get into Manhattan, somehow get on the subway. And along the way, I'm like, okay, I think I might be okay to get to a place so we can hang out. I can use the bathroom because I'm prepared. I've been to White Castle, right? I've been to White Castle. I know the ramifications at this point. Yeah, I'm in for it, but I know that I can find a spot once I get to the city. But, unforeseen delays, unfortunately, make things difficult. So I needed to shit like nobody's business in front of at that time, my girlfriend. Mm-hmm. I had to lie, didn't tell her anything about it. This was like really uncomfortable for at least 50 stops because it's fucking a forever train. Mm-hmm. And at some point I had to lie and tell my girlfriend we got to get off the train. This is a stop, but act like I fucked up. I just don't know the directions, which is not true. So I had to tell her like, hey, I got to get off here because I think this is the one. And like, oh crap. But the crazy thing about the story for me is like how impossible the feat it was to think you could find a bathroom in the subway. And I
doesn't exist.
More of my senses. Yeah, I've not used more senses in my life. I think I had all senses working to find this toilet. But I was able to find one.
On the subway?
Magical. Not on the subway. I got off. Right?
Yeah.
We're on the turnstile. You're like down in the bottom part of the subway waiting. So like. I was like, okay, I have a 50-50 shot. I'm going to run up these stairs. If there's not a bathroom up there, I'm going to shit my pants upstairs. Simple as that. So, but I needed to take a shot. So I ran upstairs and my girlfriend's like, why are you running? I was like, I want to go talk to the guy in the little booth to see why, is this the right stop or whatever. Right? It's horseshit. So I ran up and there's a door, like a creepy ass, big ass door with not a real handle. It wasn't even like I don't even know what to call it. It was like this weird metal handle. It wasn't like a knob or anything. I was like, I was like, maybe that's a bathroom. And generally speaking, those doors in the subway is always locked.
Yeah.
But I got a smell. I got a whiff of bleach that made me. I never in my life felt so happy to smell bleach, knowing that there's a bathroom somewhere. A really poorly cleaned bathroom that someone sprayed bleach all over. But I knew I was going to be able to find one. And it was behind this door. Generally speaking, like I said, that door doesn't open, right? Employees keep that shit locked.
That's honestly...
I grabbed that handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's more insane to me.
When I grabbed the handle and got in, it was insane. It was absolutely
insane. I've lived in New York. That's insane that you found a bathroom down... So you are still in the station?
On the E train, and I don't know if you take the E line through Queens at any time, but there's a station. There is one station where there's a bathroom that's not labeled as a bathroom. It says employees only on there or whatever. Like, and I fucking sniffed it out.
Wow, dude.
Like I said, every part of my body found that moment, and I didn't shit my pants. It was bananas. So let's say I smell Clorox, and I think about that.
Don, that's literally like, I think you've actually had a experience truly very few people in New York have ever had, which is using the like service bathroom for like train conductors. Like I truly had no idea that even existed. That's crazy, man.
It is insane. It is insane till this day. It was like, miracles do happen. You know what I'm saying?
That's a beautiful tale of when you commit and you push yourself. And I really understand it too, because if you're in your early teens, you cannot admit to your girlfriend that you have to poop. Like
that's fair.
You're so scared too. Yeah. You can't both of you have to pretend that you don't piss or shit at that age. You know what I mean?
You wait a bit. You wait a couple months, I'd say.
Yeah. Or at that age, it's like maybe never.
Yeah.
I remember vividly having conversations with my friends who are like, dude, I never fart in front of a girl. And like that was like a point of pride, you know? Yeah. Nowadays, it's a little different.
You do it first.
Nowadays, a little different.
Now it's a little. Let's just say, Katie's getting. Let's just say it's a little different. You know what I mean?
Man, you should. Have you considered that maybe you're like a bathroom clairvoyant? Have you thought about that? Where you're like able to sense where like bathrooms are.
I can suss out a bathroom from like millions of miles away. I'm like Professor X for toilets, dude. Like that's where I'm at right now.
That's a legitimately good ability.
Yeah.
Like I wish that I had that. Because I wouldn't have tried that, man. I would have run out and I would have just like gone and tried to go in every deli and gotten screamed at by like a Italian man and not allowed to fucking go, you know? Finding a bathroom in New York is hard. Finding one in a subway, damn near impossible. Yeah. You've done the impossible, man.
I thank you, Ed. I'm very proud of myself. It's probably the crowning moment of my, youth at this point. And it's been all downhill since then. To be honest, one cool point is that I told you she was my girlfriend at the time, not my wife. Still doesn't know that happened.
Really?
Oh my god.
Well, I'm gonna clip it and I'm gonna find her and I'm gonna send it to her, Don. Okay? Because I think she has
the
right
irony
to know.
is I've actually said this story to at least 4 or 5 call-in streamers on Twitch before, because it's an important lore, lore that part of me that she doesn't even aware of, and you can blow it up. It's fine.
I get it though, man. I feel like I admit things in this format that I haven't told my girlfriend. Like there's something about it. It makes you just. I mean, I admitted today to Kip that I make mech sounds as an adult. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not saying that to a friend or a person I'm trying to, impress. I guess I'm trying to impress. Shit, sorry. I didn't know. I knew that was going to come off as rude, but I didn't know what to say instead. So I just said it.
I was a sort of
no, I want to impress you.
No, here's the thing. I hope you don't. I hope you don't feel like you need to.
No, every guest is just a person. Every guest is a person to impress. I have that written on the wall over there.
Yeah.
Every guest is a person to impress.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. We're all people.
We're all people. We all make mech sounds. We all poop in the. Did anyone catch you?
Change the subject.
Change the subject. Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
No.
I'm trying.
No.
Hello.
No. It was. No, not at all. I literally got through it safely. No one stopped me. No one really even saw me. It was the fastest fucking shit in my life.
Fastest poop
because it was ready to go.
Yeah.
It was like a fucking.
You really had
imagine
to go.
Your insides being a super soaker. It was that scenario. It was like well pumped. You couldn't pump any more. You know what I'm saying? And
I do. The blast was strong.
And I was in and out.
The one that had the pressure gauge.
Toilet paper, dude. It had toilet paper in that bathroom.
That's pretty lucky too.
Yeah.
You knew. You just knew.
Seriously.
That must be the one like literally conductors use. Yeah. I mean, they got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
What do you do if you're a train conductor and you're on the train all day?
I think you probably switch out. Like you can kind of radio to someone.
Say I gotta. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think they have someone ready to go. That's a legitimately interesting question. Where do they go? Maybe there's a little. Do they have a bucket? Maybe. Honestly, maybe.
Oh,
there might be a bathroom actually on the train that's like a little
for them. Yeah, like a little, like a bus, maybe. Like how the bus has a toilet sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've already peed between cars before. Done that before out of survival as well. but never shit on a train before. Nor will I ever.
Yeah.
Well, never say never.
Never say never. Yeah. Most fucked up thing I did in the New York City subway is when I was like 18, I walked between subway stops underground, which was really one of the stupidest things I've ever done in my life. Really?
It just happens because you're walking for too long and then you're like, oh, whoa. I want to know where I was going.
Yeah. And then it was sort of like the taking of Pelham 1 or 2. That's funny. And Reese, that's just a clean joke. Thank you so much for that. The taking of Pelham 1 or 2. Incredible movie. If no one is,
you're gonna have to explain that to me later.
Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. Incredible movie. The original. There's also a remake with John Travolta. I don't think is a good. One of my favorite movies.
Okay.
And now in this scenario, instead of the taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, it's the taking of Pelham 1 or 2. For piss or for poop. Wyatt knows what I'm talking about.
Piss and shit. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, Don, thank you for calling in, my friend. Thank you for sharing that story.
Absolutely. Thanks for letting me call in as well, having this lovely conversation.
Exactly.
Just keep doing God's work here on the internet. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna call. I owe you guys a call now. We gotta keep the love train going of call-in shows on Twitch.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Give us a call, leave us a message, or even you can call anytime. You have people you text us bullshit whenever you want.
I'm gonna text you guys
every time.
I'm gonna text you.
Yeah,
it's intimate.
I'm gonna text you insane shit and demand you read it on air. Okay.
Oh, that's fine. Someone's for the past 2-3 months have been texting us just fucking salamanders.
Really?
Like the lizard? Yeah, man. I don't know.
That's beautiful though.
But hey, I'll take it.
To each his own.
I'll take it.
Take what you can.
Well, Robot Don, take care, my friend.
What?
Take care. You say what?
Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself.
I'm so cold right now. It's almost too cool.
Really?
Look where we are.
Oh, because the wind. Yeah. Well, because I was legitimately surprised because this room to me is boiling hot.
Well, yeah, with all the lights and
a lot of lights.
You have to have it blasting.
A lot of computers. Yeah. I keep it about 68 degrees. Ooh.
Oh! Thank you for changing. It was too cool.
Now we're at the zoo.
Oh, this is a beautiful summertime.
Now we're at the zoo. Oh my God, we're at the zoo. I noticed that you have a bit of a South California accent.
I do.
There's one word you said. So I think it was so. No.
So.
You said there was one word where I was like, damn. Wyatt in the chat also from SoCal. Horse, brother.
Horse.
I think that's a respectable part. Did you like Sublime growing up?
I liked some of the songs. I was a big Sublime head.
I was a big fucking Sublime head.
I had other friends. I had family members who were more into Sublime.
Family members? Your mom and dad?
My cousins. My cousins were into Sublime.
Your mom and dad, first generation Polish immigrants, but so into Sublime.
Yeah, Polish Mexican immigrants.
Polish Mexican immigrants.
Yeah.
So into Sublime.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They loved ABBA. That was their thing.
That makes sense.
And AC/DC and Metallica.
Sure.
That was their stuff. But
Polish Mexican, and that one was Polish and one was Mexican, or they were. Gotcha.
But the fun thing about that is that my mom, who's Mexican, had a bunch of sisters, and then they all married Polish guys. So now I have 20 cousins, and we're all half Mexican, half Polish.
Huh?
It's kind of cool.
It's that old adage,
Yeah.
Mexican women love Polish men. That old joke.
This is just also out there for anyone. If anyone knows any older Polish men who are not conservative, let me know.
I don't think that exists. Yeah. I don't
Never met one.
I like Weezer better than Sublime. Yeah, man. That's not that's not really a compare. You can't really compare those two,
I think you could.
Feels like one's chocolate cake and one's a goddamn steak. They both have their place.
You can compare them both, and the steak's better. Steak is better.
A lot of people say chocolate cake is better. No. Rivers Cuomo should have been executed after Pinkerton. What about Magic with B.O.B.? I got the magic in me. Every time I touch that. I think Rivers Cuomo's got to be one of the guys I would least like to meet in real life. I bet he's a fucking asshole. There's no way.
A lot of people in the industry are assholes.
Yeah. But specifically Rivers Cuomo.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah. Well, because, I
actually don't believe that. I actually think most people in entertainment are just amazing. because they're famous.
Oh, and famous people are good.
And they're good. Famous people are good, Kip. Come on.
True.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Or they wouldn't be famous.
Yeah. That makes sense because God wouldn't put them in the spotlight
to
project His words.
If they didn't have something that needed to be lit, you know, whether it's a rockin' bod or an awesome, a lot of charisma, or maybe they're just got a weird face and they can have a job as a character actor. You know, all of it's great. The more famous and richer they are, the better they are. You're right. You're goddamn right. Especially if they're influencers.
Yeah, well, especially that, you know, because you know so much about them and they never lie about their life.
They never lie.
And they never end up doing weird shit to other people, you know?
Do you think if this fails, I should have 4 kids and become a Disney influencer? Like Disneyland?
What fails?
This. And like everything. Everything fails. Career, the stream. I stop getting, like everything fucks. Like I'm done, you know? And I'm not saying I get canceled and I have to do it, but something happens, like we're fucked, you know? Do I have 4 kids and make them go to Disneyland every day and they don't have any fun doing it, but we make a lot of money?
I think we need to talk to, I think we're going to have to see like a spirit medium for that.
Right.
Or like a clairvoyant. I think they'll
If
give
anyone's
you a
clairvoyant,
answer.
please. I really wish I had a sort of a psychic on call that would call
going to
in.
a psychic
You are?
in February.
Do you? In February.
It's a long wait list. I've never been to
really?
one.
Legit?
Yeah,
It's a long wait list?
Yeah, it's like a 6-month wait list.
Whoa.
And it's kind of expensive, but I'm doing it. I can't talk about it.
Because it's like, what do you mean you can't talk about it?
I can't talk about it.
All right,
I can't talk about it too much. It's not necessarily a secret. It's just a hush hush kind of thing.
This guy must be good. Yeah, I agree. That's crazy.
I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you
after
about
stream.
it.
We'll make sure the mics are off.
It's not necessarily.
I wish I could bring the mics down and then you could. Oh, that's a good idea for the stream. Could mute it.
Just unplug it. Unless there's another mic over there.
You know, I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah. But it is interesting now that maybe if you just give up, is that what happens? You give up and then you have
or something like really bad happens, you know, and I just have to start again, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you want my personal opinion, I think I don't think you should give up. I don't think something terrible would happen.
Well,
I know
it's not even giving up. It's like something like really like bad happens to me, like something really bad.
It just won't.
I don't know what it is.
It just won't happen.
But what if the big one happens, like the earthquake?
And you keep on going.
And Disneyland is fine. God knows he made it right. It's the only place in Southern California that survives. Still, you don't think I should become a Southern YouTuber?
The thing. Never have a plan B.
Amen, sister.
Never have a plan
B. I love that.
You can call me whatever you need to. It's just like I think you just go plan A and you just keep going, and then maybe plan A becomes like plan A 2.0, plan A 2.5. You know, like Evangelion. You know, like different remastered or
Disney influencer thrice upon a third time.
Yeah. So I think,
but I'm saying like, what if it's not like, what if I want it? Like, what if I?
If you want me to actually answer it. I don't think you should.
You don't think I should? Okay, you don't think I'd be very good at that. I get it.
Not that you wouldn't be good at it. I just don't think that children should have to go through that.
What if we're making a lot of money? No.
Just like win the lottery.
What do you think's gonna happen to like Ryan? You know Ryan's World? You know that YouTuber?
No.
It's like a little kid who's now like 12, but they started when he was like 5. He was like an OG like toy opener. You got to imagine what fucking happens. What happens?
Probably not good shit.
Fucking up a kid like
Bad
that.
Shit.
I think children were made to go through that. I agree. Draft out a scenario where you're canceled but not canceled. Okay. Like.
Besides the big one.
Like. I get caught stealing IP. You know.
Okay. So you get arrested.
I've stolen IP.
Okay.
I've stolen someone's intellectual property, and I've been called out for it in a major way.
So you essentially.
I was kidding. Okay, that's being canceled. That's being canceled.
Yeah. See, I think you can't think about that too much, and just keep going on your route. You know.
I think you always gotta have a plan B and C and F and G.
No, because you just have to keep going. I think that's really it. I think it's a big mistake because if you're putting a plan B out there, then that means you're putting out almost this energy of like, oh, well, A might not work out. You can't think that. You have to do like delusional thinking.
What if C is fucking tight? Like, it's like C, I'm fucking really rich and I'm fucking a bunch of prostitutes.
Yeah. Well, then that becomes plan A.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Then that would be plan
that's
A.
Plan
if that
A.
was actually
so that's
plan
the thing.
C.
Your plan A can change.
Yes.
Just don't have a plan B.
Okay, so my plan A, instead of streaming and comedy, be being rich and fucking a bunch of prostitutes. See, that's good. Yeah. Well, I think we all can agree that is a pretty sick life.
Yeah, that is cool.
I've been watching a lot of Entourage, and that's sort of giving me that. You ever watch Entourage?
I have not.
It's not good. Can't recommend it. It's sort of it's amazing, really, what they say. Kept triggering my immigrant parent trauma.
Is that true? Did your parents say that to you about the plan A thing? Just change your plan. Don't have a plan B. Just like work hard. And
I feel like immigrant parents generally, in my knowledge, would go, no, have a plan B and become a doctor or a lawyer or something safe. No.
Yeah. Well, it's like plan A is just you have to be a successful. You have to have a successful.
Plan
career.
A is you are stable and like have money. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
You could shit yourself on stream and not handle it with humility and grace. Somebody told me something interesting. Oh, I've got a good shitting story, but it's not mine.
Okay. Are you allowed to tell it?
I think so, because I don't know the person. It's far enough away where it's gossip. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know anyone's name. I don't even really remember where I heard it. So it's gossip. So it's okay to say, right?
Say it. And just use different names, whatever.
This is someone, I don't even know the name of anyone involved. But this is someone who... She does a thing called manual lowering, where she wraps her hand in toilet paper. She doesn't want. Okay. The fear is she doesn't want anyone to hear her poop splash in the bowl.
Okay, yeah.
That's the fear. So what she does, manual lowering is what she calls it. Wraps her hand in toilet paper, poops into her hand, and then lowers it down into the toilet. Yeah.
To have like that much need of control in your life, that's
it's tough.
Awesome.
It's tough.
I can be brave and I can stand up and say I've never done that.
You've never manual lowered.
Because I have a lot of weird poop shit, but I've never done that.
Never have I ever manual lowered.
Yeah, I feel so powerful that I've never done that.
You've never like because there's part of you that knows in your deepest darkest you're like, maybe I could. Yeah, maybe I could manual lower.
I'm gonna go.
It is a control thing, full of stop. Yeah, I definitely think that's what it is. I think what's scary to me is having a term for it, so it's normalized enough where it's like her and her husband are using the term manual lowering. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's true because I know a little bit more of who said it than I'm letting on. I'm pretty sure it's true. Scooted forward so it lands in the tallest part of the toilet. Makes
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, anytime you're pooping in public, I'm working in an office right now. Hate it. I hate having to go in there. Ugh.
That does suck.
I'm obsessed with this YouTube freak named the Santa Cruz Joker who puts gloves on his shit. Well, Robbie, you gotta like him in the Discord. I gotta watch the Santa Cruz Joker. Maybe you knew them in college.
Maybe.
Yeah. Do you know the Santa Cruz Joker?
I've never heard of that.
Why? Gloves on is so tough. That's almost grosser to me because you can't really wash gloves every time you poop.
You could.
I guess you could. Maybe. Is it surgical gloves? I guess I was imagining like mittens, which makes a lot less sense.
Yeah. Like the blue surgical gloves that are.
That actually, I'm like.
Yeah.
That would actually be maybe better to manual lower with.
Yeah, because you have more control. If you wrap your whole thing, you kind of have like a little Barbie doll hand. You can't like, it's like a Roblox hand. You can't really do much versus when you're gloved, you can really sort of.
You can hold
like 4 pieces. Exactly. If you're like a rabbit pooping.
Yeah, and you can go like. They can actually perfectly land on your fingers and become 4 little rings.
Oh, my
That's kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you ever actually have the loudest poop ever and think, well, I'm compromised, so I'm just going to full send the rest of it? Yes, that happened to me today. I would just immediately got on the bowl, farted too many times, and was just like, all right, I guess this is what I'm doing now. If I'm going to do 2, I might as well do 10.
Yeah,
True. No, is that wasn't your
That's definitely 2 and 10 are very different.
2 and 4.
If I heard someone farting 2 times in a bathroom, I'd be like, "Yep, that's what happens." And if I heard 10, I would be concerned. I'd be like, "I hope they're okay."
Yeah, I definitely. You're saying it out loud. I realized how insane that logic is, and I should not have done that.
But unless you're wanting that attention or like you're wanting that help.
I want that attention.
Yeah, because again, poop is sexual.
Poop is sexual, and piss, even poop or piss, which are more sexual? Piss. It comes out of the place where cum comes from. Comes from.
I don't know. Well, poop. It's like very it's very malleable. I feel like it sticks around longer, and like the asshole is kind of more of like a it's a little more like secret. Like no one likes to talk about
They
it.
try to tell me that the asshole is more sexual than the penis or the vagina. I don't think it tracks, Kev. I don't think it does. I'm gonna be
honest. I'm just really trying to have like the other opinion.
Right? Yeah. You're trying to be the heel of this show.
I'm trying to be the hero of the show.
The hero of the show.
I'm trying to be the hero. Really.
His peak was getting beat up twice during a single live stream. Well, I'm very curious about the Santa Cruz Joker now. But my heart goes out to him. Santa Cruz Joker, if you're watching, we're praying for you. You know.
That's cool.
I want to raise some money for the Santa Cruz Joker, you know?
I think you want to raise 4 kids and go to Disneyland. I think that's what you want to do.
I'll tell you what, if I have kids, which I don't know if I will, I'm telling you, I'm going to love the shit where I get to go see the Mario movie. That's going to be fun. Because I'm already doing that shit. Do you ever make silent pacts with someone else who's obviously also shitting and trying to be quiet, so you make the sacrifice in the first fart so you can both be loose and not be self-conscious?
Wow.
I think that, to be honest, in my experience, in men's public bathrooms, there's always someone already farting so fucking loud. And I don't know if it's the same in women's. I have no idea. But I do know in men's bathroom, there's someone always doing so much more. And there's always an old guy going like, "Ah!" and like yelling. That it's like whatever you're doing is so inconsequential.
Yeah.
That's been my experience if I'm going into at a baseball stadium or any sort of public event. You know, you're peeing at the big trough. I don't know.
Yeah, with my experience of entering women's bathrooms, I would say it's maybe not as intense, but there is usually someone always shitting. I mean, it depends how big the bathroom is. It's usually always whenever I go to hospital bathrooms. Hospital bathrooms, and I go in there and there's like only like men and women's restroom. I'll go to the women's restroom, and there's usually someone always shitting, and they're pretty struggling, I would say.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think the hospital bathroom is... Because I'm always scared to go to the bathroom in the hospital because I'm scared I'm going to get sick. I know it doesn't make any sense because it is the cleanest bathroom.
Probably, yeah.
Gotta be. I mean, they got to hose that shit the fuck down, right?
It's pretty clean. I've been in cleaner bathrooms personally, but I also don't go to a super fancy hospital. So
right. If you were going to Cedars-Sinai now, it might be something different.
Oh my god, what I mean? You going there?
I've been.
Okay.
I've been. Not for myself, but I've been before. Okay. And I go, this is the fucking Rolls Royce of hospitals. I went to a doctor recently. I found a new general practitioner. It was in Echo Park, and it was the first time I went to a medical building. And I said, I think that this building is shitty in a way that makes me not trust this doctor.
Yeah.
Which I had never had before, because I think as a kid, your parents kind of do a good job of not doing that. But I was like, yeah, this is kind of making me not trust the doctor, and it's this is just through my insurance anyway. So I'm like, I think I'm gonna find a new doctor. I don't know. Have you ever experienced that?
Yeah, I mean, if I think it's maybe also your intuition, right? It's if you feel a weird vibe, I think you follow that. I mean, not always, but
it was also
fair.
They didn't take credit card. They only took checks or cash. I found that strange for a doctor's office.
Yeah.
I felt like I was going to a underground doctor a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah, underground doctor.
Yeah.
They give you the good pills. You know.
Yeah, I would say, you know what, if you need to change your doctor, change your doctor.
Yeah.
Do you have do you get your insurance through work? Or no?
No,
Yeah.
I just have California insurance.
Yeah. Oh my god. What's your deductible like? I've been talking to friends about insurance shit, and it's just a huge pain in the goddamn ass.
Mine's okay. I have because I have bad neck and shoulder issues, so I just get the PPO, which is more expensive a month, but you can just go to the doctor. Because the HMO, you have to go to the general practitioner first, which I fucking hate, because it's I'd rather pay the premium and not have to always go to one doctor before I see another. I don't know what my deductible is. It's you know what? Weirdly, during COVID, it was $200 a month, and then it went down to $80 for some reason, and it's kind of stayed there, which is cool because I got it through the California marketplace. Yeah. Folks, if you're in California, you're gonna love this talk. Are you using the Medi-Cal, the marketplace?
Yeah. I mean, it's annoying as hell. I've been waiting. I've been going back and forth about waiting for like a medication that I've been trying to get for like the past week, and it's been just like awful, or even longer. It's been actually more like 3 weeks because that's when they first tried to give it to me, and like
they're like, and then the insurance is like, nah, sorry.
Yeah, and I called my insurance like a couple days ago, and I was like, hey, what's the deal? And they're like, oh, we've been waiting for your doctor to send this file over, and I'm like,
oh god, I hate that shit.
Like I'm pounding like 2,000 milligrams of ibuprofen every day, or else like I can't walk. It's crazy.
God damn.
Yeah.
I just had a thing where I got a new dose of something, but my insurance won't cover 60 milligram pills, but they will cover 40 and 20. So now I just got a bottle of 40 and a bottle of 20, and I'm taking one of each.
And that's the American healthcare system.
I was like,
at its finest.
I was like, what? Like, I was like, they're like, yeah, sorry, they don't cover 60 milligram pills.
Yeah.
It's so fucking weird.
So we'll give you 2, and that's more expensive.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
But then, like, it's like it's like the insurance covers it, so the choice. But I guess I guess technically it costs more. Yeah, it's so stupid. I feel like the underground doctor scene is just so much genuine, more and fun than the commercial stuff. It's really about the medicine in the underground.
That's
agree.
True. You can find the good shit there.
Yeah, Klonopin or whatever. That's crazy. What else are they gonna spend money on this year? Insurance. It also would be cheaper for them to just give me 60 milligram pills. The insurance company, right? Yeah. I just started a restaurant job and the employees don't have their own bathroom. Kind of sucks. That does suck, honestly.
Yeah.
That you have to go with the fucking customers and they have to see you piss and shit. You never really want to see your waiter in the bathroom. You know? You know they have to go, and that's fine. But as a customer, like, you know, not to be too Karen about this, but I wouldn't really want to see the waiter in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Right?
Why is that?
Because
I also am wondering why.
You're like, I don't want to see the chef in the bathroom. I know he has to go. That's fine. I'm not saying he shouldn't go, but I wouldn't really want to see it.
You know what? I would want to see it.
You want to see it?
Because I'd want to see to make sure they're washing their hands.
That's true.
And that's another need for control right there.
I would leave without paying. There you go. Dab up.
Yeah.
Yo, great food, cuh. You haven't washed your hands yet, and then you get people sick. Give them pink eye.
Control thing.
Getting people sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I did that. You did it.
You did it.
You did
I'm fine if there's shit on my food if it's my shit. That's what you're saying? And I'm fine if there's shit on their food if it's my shit.
I'm saying you're gonna do what you're gonna do, and
Haters gonna hate. Is that what you're saying?
Sure. They will hate. They will hate. But you can't let that get to you, you know. You gotta just get up and do your mech sounds, right?
That's true. That's exactly true.
You.
Exactly. In the Applebee's.
Yeah.
In the Applebee's in the Olive Garden.
Yeah.
What's your favorite chain celebration restaurant?
Oh man. I don't even like Outback Steakhouse. I only like the Bloomin' Onion. Everything else on their menu sucks. Even their steak sucks.
They suck.
It's not good. But like a sit down, man, they're not. None of them are good.
The secret is none of them are good, and they're just as expensive as regular nice restaurants.
Yeah.
That's what I figured out. When I was living in Chicago, I went to an Olive Garden, and it was like, I spent $30 on dinner. I was like, I could have just gone to like a good restaurant.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did I go to Olive Garden?
Yep.
It's bullshit. But Chili's. I fuck with Chili's. I fuck with the Southwestern egg rolls. I fuck with the chips. Actually, no, Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factory's better. It's definitely better than like Applebee's and shit.
Yeah, Cheesecake Factory also feels like it's sort of fighting in a heavier weight class.
Yeah, and it looks like you're in Disneyland inside. Like there's something
so
like
beautiful.
themed about it.
When I was in college, I went to a New Year's party out here with my friend he went to school with the heiress to the Cheesecake Factory fortune, right? So they're rich as fuck. And I swear to God, the house was decorated exactly like a Cheesecake Factory. Like all the fucking weird bronze statues, all the weird like Greco-Roman shit, fake rocks. It looked exactly like a Cheesecake Factory. And honestly, I was like, you know what? Live by the sword, die by the sword. If this is how you're going to make your restaurants look, you better fucking put up.
Business.
Literally. I was like, they really fuck with this. That's why they're all like that. Man. It was crazy. It was like the same exact architecture in a fucking house. Wow. Beautiful. One of my most beautiful memories.
Cool. What did you do in the house?
Shit, ran around.
Yeah.
You know, God, what did I do? Try to talk to girls that weren't really interested in talking to me because I was 19 years old. Ate a bunch of free food from the Cheesecake Factory and went home.
No drugs?
And I did a lot of cocaine.
Yeah,
I did a lot of cocaine in the Cheesecake Factory house. I wasn't going to admit it, but I did. I did. What else are you going to do in the Cheesecake Factory? And that's the other thing about the Cheesecake Factory house. There's coke everywhere. It's like fucking
public. True?
There was actually a fair amount, but I think that was more of it being she was like this girl as my friend was like a rich LA socialite, you know, like sons and daughters of industry, and we were like 19.
Yeah,
you know?
they're gonna have a little.
They're gonna have a little cocaine, you know,
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah.
Applebee's rules. I
No,
don't
it
think
doesn't.
so.
No,
I
it
think
doesn't.
Applebee's is kind of the worst out of all of them.
I thank you for saying
Yeah.
that. This guy won't stop talking about Applebee's.
Shut
It's
the
like-
fuck up, light wielder.
Yeah.
God damn it. TGI Fridays is better.
Their mozzarella sticks are pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to say claim jumpers. You ever been there?
That's the buffet, right? Or is it not a buffet?
No, it's not a buffet.
I've seen Claim Jumpers. I've never been to. I think it's only in Southern California. I've always wanted to go to a Claim Jumpers though.
It's pretty good. They have good mozzarella sticks. Last time I went, they probably suck now. It's pretty solid. It's probably honestly not super different than the stuff you can get at like Cheesecake Factory
Sure,
in terms
sure,
of like the.
I like the
pasta
name.
meal.
I mean, that name's got a real ring to
yeah,
it.
Claim jumpers.
Claim Jumpers.
Yeah, I thought it was clam jumpers for a long
Clam
time.
Jumpers. This is a
'Cause what is claim jumpers? What does that even mean?
It's like, isn't it like
It's like a
sort of
gold rush thing.
Gold Rush? Yeah. It's Gold Rush theme. What is? I don't know what that means. Is it?
Oh.
Also, folks, we're wrapping up here, so I will say, if you want to call in, now's the time.
Mm-hmm.
If you've thought to yourself, wow, I love watching Luke and Kip talk tonight. God, I wish I could be part of the conversation even more so than I already am.
Yeah.
The numbers on
Right.
the screen.
You could be right here.
You could be right
sitting,
here.
Sitting here.
I
kind
should
of.
get like a little sort of like 3D icon, you know, something that kind of like, it's got a little mouth.
Oh, that'd
for the
be kind of fun.
callers.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, just like a little stick figure that just sort of like.
Yeah. Could do
or
that.
You can make it. You can change it each time.
Yeah. And it could be randomized.
Oh yeah.
One week it could be Naruto. One week it could be
You love Naruto.
Bleach. I did watch a lot of
yeah.
Naruto. I keep bringing it up. You know what I'm watching right now? Is I'm sitting
You're sitting down. You're
I'm sitting
down
my
right now.
ass down and I'm watching all of One Piece.
That's really respectable.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's I got pretty far like the first time. I mean, I am on episode 570 of 1080, so that's like pretty tough to stomach. But it sort of feels like it's the warmest, coziest blanket in the world watching this thing that I've always kind of known about and like known, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it good?
I don't really know if you can attribute words like good or bad to it. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
It is. It is One Piece.
It is.
It's One Piece.
That's all you can say about
It's
it.
One Piece. Luffy just went Gear 5. Haven't watched the clip. I'd like to.
People are like around our age who watch One Piece are like people our age who are like actually like religious. It confuses me.
I get
It's
that.
like, why are we still doing this?
Yeah, and it's like, it's almost...
But respect if you are religious, you know. But
yeah,
in
respect
my
if
mind,
you want.
just
It's
confuses
Jesus
me.
Christ, and then it's the Straw Hat Crew are the two most important groups of people in my life. Sizzler is the best worst restaurant. I will not be taking questions. I feel that I fuck with
Yeah.
Sizzler. There's a Sizzler by me out in LA, and I've been to it once, and I always think I should go back.
You know where Sizzlers is really popular?
Huh.
Thailand.
Really?
Yeah, I went to Thailand and Sizzler was just. I had some friends who lived there and they were just like, yeah, Sizzler's just like the fucking cool buffet people go to. For some reason, it was like really nice. It was
Does
a
it
nice Sizzler.
serve like the same food, or does it serve Thai food?
Well, I don't know because I've never been to Sizzler
Sizzler, here, yeah.
here.
Well, I mean, did they have? Yeah.
But no, they had like steaks and stuff. and
Yeah.
they were a
They have
couple
tacos.
things.
I used to think Sizzlers was a strip
It
club.
kind of can be.
Yeah, you go to the right Sizzler.
Yeah.
Have I watched Attack on Titan? I watched the first season, and then the second season started, and I couldn't fucking remember what was going on. And then a lot of people were like, "Yeah, it's good, it's good," and then I just didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I watched a good portion of it, and then it got to a part where it was weird, and then people were saying that like the other episodes were like anti-Semitic and other stuff. So then I just sort of stopped watching.
There's
it.
episodes of Attack on Titan that are anti-Semitic.
Well, it's like the themes that end up like occurring afterwards just are very like fucking weird, and it's just like,
oh my
what?
god, I have to
Whatever.
see this.
Yeah,
That's
you do.
incredible
You
to
should
me.
watch all of it.
I gotta watch all of Attack on Titan as a Jewish man, and I have to learn.
Me too. A lot of learning to do.
Yeah, One Piece I'm working my way through. I can't say I'm really enjoying it.
So you don't. No one's making you watch it.
No one is, and
So
that's sort of
maybe-
why I'm watching it. I don't know, but then like a cool thing happens where all the guys come out and they're like, "We're fighting now," and I go, "There is something that hits me, like it makes me feel like I'm 12 years old because it's like characters I recognize, you know."
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna rewatch Naruto or Bleach, you know what I
You
mean? So I
shouldn't.
could,
You
yeah,
really
yeah. Jordy would have won if they had anime in 1944. Thank God they didn't. Amen. One Piece is overrated.
Thank you, Dan.
I'll say it. I think it is. But I think that secretly people don't like One Piece that much, and that's why I kind of fuck with it. Like, people love Naruto, they love Dragon Ball Z. People are like, One Piece, they're like, but Japan loves One Piece.
Oh, really?
One Piece is like by far the most popular.
Is it really?
Besides DBZ, it's much more popular than Naruto or Bleach.
I didn't know that.
By far. They fucking love One Piece.
Yeah. I mean, that's why it's still going, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's good. What are your favorite animes?
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's hard to remember certain animes. I really
What are iconic animes?
Iconic animes. It's here. It's coming. The mind. It's going.
Dragon Ball Z.
There was one anime I watched that was about. I don't even remember what it was called, but it was about like a kid. It's like a really interesting, bizarre animation style. It almost looks like rotoscope or whatever that's called.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like that, and it's about this kid who's in high school and he's reading like about this like depressing philosopher, and then there's like this one girl who's like kind of trying to like ruin his life or something. It's like really weird and like horror and bizarre.
Cool.
That one's really cool. But then I'm such a sucker for like slice of life romance animes, and I don't like watching like romance like shows in any other regard, but anime specifically.
Yeah.
There's one called Recovery of an MMO Junkie, and it's this woman who's like 30 and she's like role playing this guy on this show and then in this game, and then it's awesome.
That does sound good.
Yeah.
I fuck with those. I haven't watched as many slice of life animes. I'm a big JoJo's head.
I need to watch JoJo's. I haven't seen it.
It's really, I think you'd enjoy it because I believe JoJo's is like the anime watcher's anime because it's like not like you watch a man write the same comic, and there's different parts, but write the same comic for almost 40 years now. And like, he's writing it. He's doing it like a classic mangaku, and he's writing one chapter a week, or now it's per month. But like, and you see a guy like completely forget entire plot lines of his show, or like get bored of something and go, oh, well, this is much more like there's a whole season where just halfway through it becomes a murder mystery, clearly because he thought it was cool, and you just like forget everything else. And I like kind of love it because there's something very pure about a guy who just is like, well, forget what whole character's like deal is, or like change the way powers work like mid-show because he just like thinks it's cooler this way. And there's something about it that's really like beautiful to me because it's very pure.
It's like beautifully messy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
cool.
And
I
it's
respect
awesome. And the like, it's so cool because he all his drawing references are old fashion magazines from the 90s from like Gucci and shit. That's why like they all are dressed like so cool and like do the cool poses. Because he'll usually use like runway shows from like the 90s from like Gucci and like Dolce & Gabbana and all these things as like his reference points. So that everyone looks so sick and hot and like crazy. Yeah. It's great. It's great. Can't recommend JoJo's.
Another one that's great, that's a little older, is Serial Experiments Lane. Do you know that one?
Man, I've never watched it, and everybody's like, it's the best ever. I will watch it. Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah. It's what gets thrown up, I feel like, in the like Evangelion. Like, it's like, this is the best anime ever.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Mind Game?
No.
That's my favorite, maybe my favorite piece of animated shit ever. It's a movie by this dude. God, what the fuck is his name? He also made this thing, Ping Pong the Animation, and Tatami Galaxy. It's so good. It's the best movie I've ever seen. I love it. I don't even want to tell you anything about it. Just watch it.
Send me the name of it.
Yes, yeah. I'll text it to you. It's literally, it's like, I've seen it so many times. I actually got to see, I went to a screening here and the director was there and it was so fucking sick. And it was amazing. And I just, Mind Game. It's about a guy who almost dies and then comes back to life and then is like trying to live life to the fullest. It's amazing. It's so sick. You got to watch Mind Game off weed. No weed. I don't believe you should watch any movie on weed or drunk. You should take all media sober.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I agree with that. Sobriety with
so you can really understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people should always be sober all the time. I think we should ban all drugs.
I think we should ban all drugs.
And coffee, too.
Except Molly.
Except Molly and Vyvanse. Or, I guess, speed.
Yeah.
If we're gonna
but a doctor gives us that.
That's true. I guess it's technically still a drug. I'm talking all pharmaceuticals.
All medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even diabetes medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
Even like life-saving cancer medication. It's gone.
Well, now you're making me look bad.
What about Ozempic? Should we keep that?
Oh yeah. Oh, we gotta keep.
Let's get on Ozempic. Kip, you getting on Ozempic?
Oh, I'm on it. That's why I'm all lightheaded all the time.
I keep wanting this. I keep trying to get them to give me this medication, Ozempic, but they won't do it.
Yeah, that's the one I'm calling.
Yeah, please,
my insurance company won't.
Yeah, I'm like I'm having a life-saving thing is that I need Ozempic right now.
What is Ozempic for anyway?
It was originally diabetes medication, but then it's used as weight loss medication by like Hollywood people. And now I saw a really funny thing. I was in Mexico and I saw this Southern woman who was going into every pharmacy because you can get a lot of drugs in Mexico you can't get here. And she was going like, fuck, what was she saying? It wasn't as bad as Donde está Ozempic, but it was like, yo necesito Ozempic, and just going down this line of pharmacies.
That's
and it was
so sick.
So funny.
Oh.
Yeah. Really good stuff.
That's so cool. Yeah, I used to get meds from Mexico. I used to drive to TJ, because like some of my family lives there.
Yeah.
And when I didn't have insurance at the time, I just drove to Mexico. And
you can get like so many over-the-counter things you just can't get. It's amazing.
Yeah, like methotrexate, which is like a psoriasis medication that you have to like get prescribed. You just go and pick it up.
It's crazy. It's also crazy because there's also not like you can get codeine and stuff over the counter, but there isn't an opioid crisis in Mexico. Is that crazy? I don't think there is, at least.
They know how to do it.
How do you bring them back? I don't know, man. I bought back 2 bottles of muscle relaxants when I went to Mexico, and they were like, I was like nervous, and then they literally didn't say anything, and then they just like let me in.
Yeah, when they ask you like, do you have anything to declare? Just say no.
No.
Just say no.
You know what's weird? They didn't ask me that.
They didn't?
No, they literally. Also, they did a weird thing, which I found insanely creepy, which is they already had my picture or something. And when I got up, they were like, "Welcome, Luke, back to America." And then they let me through.
They got you. The government's got your shit.
No problem. Track me. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I track my phone. I want. You know what? If the worst thing that happens is my Instagram ads are more targeted, fine with me. They're gonna do it anyway, so at least let me get better Instagram ads.
Yeah.
Not many people agree with me on this, but I say track the fuck out of me. I don't care.
So you're fine with them tracking you, but you don't want people to hear you fart 10 times in the bathroom?
Well, the U.S. I mean, if it's the U.S. government, I'll do anything for my country. If they need to hear me fart, they already can through my phone. You know,
true.
They're hearing me fart. They're hearing me say all kinds of crazy shit. But I'd say, to the CIA operative that watches this stream every time to make sure we're not plotting anything, I salute you. I say, keep it on. Come on.
That's the one viewer on your, when you're streaming, you got one viewer. That's who it is.
Viewer. It's just my op.
Yeah.
It's my handler to make sure I don't go AWOL.
and that's just so
That's
sweet.
beautiful.
Oh.
Well, Kip, I think we've come here to do what we were going to do today. Yeah.
Which is take a shit.
Which is take a shit on the floor.
In the park.
Talk a lot about shit. Do mech sounds. I mean, I really think we really hit all the T's of a classic stream.
Well, I guess we kind of really came full circle because like we wanted to let you all know how to really stay cool during the summer. And if you take Ozempic, you'll have like less mass.
Yes.
And you'll be cooler.
Yes. So guys, call your doctor. Figure out how to get Ozempic. I've got to get Luke. You got to start dressing like Kip. Honestly, incredible swag in the outfit.
Look at these shoes.
Pretty sick. I love that shit. Kip, I'm gonna raid someone, but do you have anything to fucking plug while I do?
Oh my god, I plug up your shower drains because I'm gonna be going to your house every night this week, trying to waffle stomp some shit down there. So if you don't want me there, plug up your shower drains. But if your shower drain is just like a circle, it's fine. But if you have like the waffle kind of pattern in your shower, you're going to have to cover that. So just make sure you do that.
And follow Kip on Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't already. I never know.
Yeah, just hey Kip anywhere. Did
that work?
Yeah.
I think that just...
You can do slash
shout out.
And then you can just
type
Kip
is a real streamer, so they actually know how the fuck this website works.
I haven't streamed in like 2 weeks.
Really?
It's the longest break I've ever taken.
Does it feel nice? Or is it sad?
It's good. Well, I mainly took a break just because like I couldn't sit at my computer for a while because TMI I had hemorrhoids, so I like couldn't really sit much, and I had like bad arthritis pain, so it's just like boom.
Yeah.
After
You gotta get the cushion.
Yeah, the donut.
The donut.
Yeah, but
I'm telling you. I mean, we talked about this. The bidet.
I'm gonna do that. If anything, I'll at least get like a Perry bottle for now or something. You know what I'm talking
Squirt yourself down. Yeah. Get like a Febreze thing, but fill it with water. Just sort of squirt
cool.
yourself down.
Yeah,
you can also get
aggressive.
the hoses for very cheap. Anyway,
The hoses
folks,
are cool.
it's been an incredible show tonight. Tomorrow we're back with Robbie Ratcliffe. Kip, thank you for being here.
It's been an honor. I love little talk shows. I love being on them, and it's a rad time. And thanks for having me.